So we talked a little bit about the decisions that you might make while you're in university to do a specific major, go into a specific field because of the looming threat of student debt. But once you graduate, how does student debt impact your decisions, or how could that impact sort of the rest of your life in terms of your economic health?
So it's not unheard of or uncommon for somebody to graduate from college with $100,000 or close to $100,000 in debt. If you're in debt $100,000 when you graduate from college and you're paying somewhere around 5% interest on that, you're spending $5,000 every single year out of what you're making just repaying the interest on that loan, and another $5,000 or so just to repay the principal on that loan. $1,000 of your paycheck every month is now going to repay that college debt. That's a lot of money for most people. That's going to impact really what they can do their entire lives. It's going to impact their ability to go and get a mortgage. It's going to impact their credit rating, which means if they need to go and buy a car, they're going to be paying higher interest on the loan that they have to take out to buy the car. It's going to just impact their ability to do simple things like take a vacation every once in a while. They may not be able to afford it.
So how is student debt in relation to another type of debt, say credit card debt? Is like interest rates, are those comparable in those two types of debts? Can you go into personal bankruptcy if you have student debt that is just absolutely crushing and you can't afford to pay it back? Sort of like, how does that play out?
Credit card debt is much higher in terms of the interest rate than student debt. But credit card debt has the advantage that you can wipe it out. You can file for bankruptcy and wipe out all of your credit card debt. You can't go into bankruptcy and wipe out all of your student loan debt unless it's a case of a just severe emergency, and that happens very rarely. And so if you get your college degree and are in debt through student loans, then you're stuck with it forever. And it's so bad that if you don't repay it and can't repay it during your working years, it will come out of your Social Security checks when you're retired. And so if you've managed to struggle all of your working years and paid off only half of your college debt, or 2/3 or 3/4 of your college debt, and you've still got some money that you owe the government, or owe who you borrowed the money from, then it will come out of your Social Security checks when you retire. And the other thing to think about as well, people need to save for their retirement. Social Security is increasingly covering smaller and smaller percentages of the money that people were making while they were working, and it requires people to be able to save more money while they're working to be able to live a halfway decent life while they're retired. And now all of that debt means I don't have money to save. If I'm repaying $1,000 every month to repay my college loan, there's no ability for me to save money. So one, I'm not saving money, and two, if I don't pay it all off, I'm not collecting Social Security, or I'm collecting a whole lot less every month just because I didn't pay off my college loan. So it's crushing people. I think young people really do feel that they're being crushed and killed by all of the college debt that they've accumulated. And most of them, when they signed on to, I know college is important, and that's absolutely right. That's the $1 million that on average they're going to collect. They know they need to go to college. They know they're going to be gains for them. But they don't really understand the long-term consequences of, okay, on average I'm going to make $1 million. I may do a little bit less, but also I'm going to have this crushing debt on me, and that's going to impact my life. And you can't expect a 17 or 18-year-old to know that.